Hey y'all, how's it going? I am Joy, and welcome to episode 7, I believe, of Kill or Love. When we last left off, things got a little bit violent. There was a lot of things that I probably should have said as far as reading the thing goes for the story, but that ain't me, and I couldn't bring myself to do it, so I tried my best to censor it. If you missed the last episode, be sure to... Hello. Be sure to check out the links in the description and the end screen on this video as well, if you make it that far. If you do, kudos to you. So anyway, if you missed it, feel free to go and check out the rest of it to catch yourself up on the story and where we are, because I'm not sure how long this game is, and I don't know if this is the finale, so it'll be just as much of a surprise to me as it is to you. So, without any further ado, let's get back into the story and see what's going to happen here and exactly what it is that we need to remember. Anna embraced me with happy tears in her eyes, but she wouldn't tell me what I needed to remember. She said it would be pointless if she told me. I had to remember it all by myself. Anna ordered me to sit down in front of the alarm clock every day for at least an hour. I was to do this while she was at work. I was to have my eyes closed. I was to try digging back in my memories. Far, far back. I did as ordered. But the first time I tried, the very next day, it was all so foggy in my mind that I couldn't even start. Thinking felt slow. It was like walking through molasses. And I only made myself tired. Before I fell asleep sitting up, one last thought came to me. Was thinking always so hard? The second time, too, I gave up right away. I couldn't do it. But I had promised Anna. The next day, I tried harder. My head hurt. I felt like I was groping in the dark, scared and all alone. But I did it. I had promised Anna. I waded further in. Grace. A flash of a smile made my chest hurt. But I kept going. For love. Huh? Wait, which one did I love? Which one did I hate? Things didn't used to be like this, did they? This feels wrong. Something went terribly wrong. I need to make sense of it. Days later, while going back in my memory, I reached a wall. A dam. I felt I shouldn't try to climb over it, so I didn't. There were things out there I didn't want to see, so I went back to the puddle where I'd been searching through. It was a stew of love and fear and hate, given and taken seemingly at random. It was a mess. But it was a mess in my head. I would make it make sense. Jack. Yes, Anna? I'm going to work. Aren't you going to say bye? I should have just waited until this freaking shit. Oh. Bye, Anna. And a goodbye kiss? We kissed. Anna placed a hand on my forehead. Are you okay? You might have a fever. I can give you something for that. I smiled. I'm okay. It's just... What is it? Trouble? You can tell me anything. Do you know that sandwich shop? Which one? Next to the store? I nodded. You want a sandwich from there? Yeah, if that's okay. Well, there is always a huge line there. Please, Anna. It would mean a lot to me. Oh, how could I resist? Of course, darling, I'll get you anything. What kind of sandwich do you want? Anything. You pick. I'll get you something light. You're not getting much exercise, and I don't want you to get fat. Is that alright? Yep. Great. And don't forget your remembering session. You've been doing those, right? Yeah. And? I frowned and shook my head. Nothing yet? Oh well, it's not even been 2 weeks yet. You'll get there soon, I'm sure you will. Yeah, I will. Anna pinched my cheek, kissed me again, and left. And I went and threw up in the toilet. Oh god. I brushed my teeth and washed my mouth 3 times over. I can't go on like this. I couldn't keep living here. I waited 10 minutes until I was sure that Anna was gone. Then I pulled back the heavy curtains. Ah, light. Down on the street there was a single person, looking sad and abandoned. I waved at her. She looked up, nodded, and walked into the building. Hmm? Hi, Jack. I was so happy to see her that I wanted to cry. Oh, Grace. We'd started seeing each other in secret 5 days ago. I knew how long exactly. I had started counting the days again. That big cloud of confusion in my brain was gone. I wasn't Anna's dog anymore. It was Anna's own fault. What else could she expect, having me dig around my past like that? But it was scary how close I'd come to letting go. If things were a bit different, I might have kept on being a half-mute idiot forever. And I never would have let Grace inside. When I first heard Grace's voice again, I thought I'd finally snapped. I thought I was hallucinating. But I opened the door and there she was. Grace? Grace, I'm so happy to see you. I thought, after your message, I thought I'd never... Don't say that. Don't say anything, just for a minute. We put our arms around each other. We'd only been apart for a few weeks, but so many things had happened that it felt like years. I knew it. You don't hate me. I didn't know what she was talking about, and I didn't really care. Only one thing mattered right now. Let's go. Let's get out of here. I'd been working up the courage to leave ever since I had become myself again. As stupid as it seemed, I was afraid of going outside. But with Grace here, I could leave. I could do anything. We can't. Huh? You're not gonna leave here. Not yet. Why not? Do you have any idea what it's like for me here? I can't imagine, Jack, and I'm so sorry that I didn't believe you. You knew how dangerous Anna was right from the start. That's all the more reason to get away. I told you, not yet. This isn't something we can run away from. I so wish that we could just pack up and leave, but Anna's gonna follow us anywhere we go. God bless it all. I stomped on the ground like an angry child. Grace was right. Anna had followed me here. If we left, she'd do it again. We have to report her to the... No, Jack. No police. They'd trust her first, 1,000,000 times over. Nah, I guess they would. Besides, I wasn't even sure she'd done anything that was actually illegal. But what, then? What do we do? I don't know. Why is this happening to us? Even as we talked, we kept our ears to the hallway. Though we both knew that Anna was at work, the slightest echo of a footstep was enough to make us jump. Why can't she just leave us alone? What does she even want from you? I think I might have a clue. I told Grace about how Anna was trying to make me remember stuff from years ago. But it was so long ago. Anything could have made her obsessed with me. Jack? What? I'm sorry to say this. I know you always hated it when I did. What is it? I had a good feeling about what she'd say, and I didn't like it. You really do have to remember. I pinched the bridge of my nose. There was a big headache coming on right behind the eyes. I know. We can't win against her like this. Not when she knows so much more than we do. I know, alright. Do you think you can do it? I don't want to do it. But I think I can. I've never actually tried. Not seriously, not since those first few days. Good. Please, do try. And thank you for not giving in, Jack. I know it must be hard. Do you need anything from the outside? I could sneak something in. I don't have a lot, but no, I don't need anything. And it keeps me well fed. I put as much contempt into those words as I could. Are you doing alright, though? You don't have any money, do you? I think Anna's got some stash somewhere around here. Grace refused. We can't risk her noticing. And besides, I'm doing okay. I'm staying with a friend. They're a big help. Oh. Alright then. So she'd landed on her feet. It made me happy to hear that. I'll be going now, Jack. What, already? Anna won't be home for hours. She's not supposed to, but we've got to be careful. And being here at all is making me so nervous that I could die. You're right. Besides, we'll have plenty of time to spend together once this is over. Yeah. Just us two. We looked at each other lovingly. Oh boy, then a door slammed shut somewhere in the building. I really need to go. Bye, Jack. Bye, Grace. I love you. Ah. I'd wonder if it was still okay for me to tell Grace that I loved her, but the words went and said themselves. Grace stood on her tiptoes and kissed me on the cheek. I love you too. Oh. Locking the door after her was one of the most difficult things I had ever done, but seeing her had given me the courage that I needed. I felt like I could do anything. And now here we were, 5 days later, 2 secret meetings later. Where's my mouse? I couldn't go on. Grace, I'm sorry. You can't stay here anymore? I really, really can't. I'm at my limit. No, I'm way past my limit. I'm surprised I've still got it together. Oh, baby, I'm so sorry. Have you made any progress? It was an echo of Anna's constant questioning, but Grace wasn't doing it on purpose, I told myself. I kept my anger in check. No, nothing. I can't remember anything from that time. It's like one big blind spot. I can't do it. It's hopeless. If you say that it's really hopeless, then I guess it's no use at all. You said the same thing last time too, but I still made you try. It's my fault that you're in so much pain. It's not your fault. It's hers. I heaved a sigh. I need to pack a few things. Wait here, I'll be ready in 5. That's, no, again. What? You can't mean... I want you to stay here, Jack. There's no way that I can. Just a little bit more, I promise. She came up to me and felt my upper arms. You're so thin now. But you could still hold her down, right? A chill went over me. What do you mean? Aren't we running away? We can't run away. She'll find us again, and then what? I can't live like that, always afraid. I'm sure that you can't either. So you're going to... She couldn't mean... Grace whispered a yes. No, it's wrong, plain wrong. Yeah, it is. But what else is there to do? She's backed us into a corner. It's practically self-defense. I guess if you look at it that way. No, absolutely not. My head pounded at the temples. I'm so happy that you agree. I so wish we could do it today, but I need to prepare. Can you stand being here until tomorrow evening? Yeah. Wait, hold on. I thought Grace was the sweetheart. Why? Wait. Grace wouldn't hurt a fly earlier in the series, and yet now she's talking about... What is going on? Perfect. Thank you. Tomorrow. Anna has a morning shift, and she'll be back by early afternoon. Let's go for 6 o'clock. Okay? Okay. 6 o'clock. Please have her immobilized by then. Immobilized how? I was already swept up in this plan. I didn't think twice about what Grace said anymore. The more immobilized, the better. If you just sat on her, that'd be alright, I guess, but tying her down would be a big help. And if you could knock her out, that would be amazing. I'll see what I can do. Thank you. I'll be outside in the hallway. When she's all tied up, or passed out, or whatever, shout out so I'll know that it's safe, okay? Alright. And then... what will you do then? To answer, Grace took a small knife out of her pocket. She turned it in her hand a few times. Only then did I realize the full weight of what she would do. And only then did I realize how she didn't seem bothered by it. Grace? What happened? What do you mean? This isn't like you. Exactly. The Grace I know. I hesitated. What did Anna do to you? Grace's good mood seemed to evaporate. She pressed her face against my chest. She did a lot. I felt like I was dirt, and I promised myself that would never happen again. The knife was still in her hand. It looked so sharp. She took you from me, too. That's the one thing I really can't forgive. Imagine how happy we'd be if she just never existed. I put my arms around her. I get it. Then let me do it. Give me the knife. I don't want to see you do this. Maybe I'll be able to work something out, I thought. Maybe I won't have to lead to bloodshed. I hated the sight of blood. I'm sorry, Jack. This is something that I have to do. No, it's not just that. The truth is, I want to do it myself. It's like nothing will ever feel right again if I don't do it. Grace put a hand on my chin. I leaned in close, but she stopped me before we kissed. I love you, Jack. I love you too. Her skin felt hot. She was giving off heat like a furnace. Are you scared? Yeah. Please don't be. One day we'll look back on all of this and laugh. I'm confused. Why am I in a hospital again? Ugh. I wake up with a bitter taste in my mouth. One day we'll look back and laugh. I'm sure not laughing now. That's a good thought to have. What the... Oh, it's you. Don't sneak up on me like that, jeez. You should laugh as much as you can, you know. It helps reduce stress. It's hard to find things funny with you around. Do you have to come here so often? I see more than enough of you in my dreams. That long, shameful month I spent with her keeps coming back to me while I sleep. It's souring my mood. I can't even pretend around Anne anymore. Maybe I should write about it in the journal after all. No, forget that. It'd be too embarrassing to write down. Jack, that's so sweet. Huh? What is? So you dream about me? I have dreams about you too. Every night. Yeah, but mine are nightmares. It looks like someone's cranky from having just woken up. You better not be so rude to your doctor, though. He's not as nice as I am. He might kick you out if you misbehave. I've seen him do that. That's fine. Might be happy right on the street. What is with you? I'm so confused. Alright, whatever. My bad. I am beyond confused right now. Okay. The doctor comes along soon enough. He has good news for me, he says. It's looking good, Mr. Friday. Far better than before. Your blood pressure's fine, and the other things too. That's great news, Doctor. My attention is split between what he's saying and what I see in his coat pocket. It's glinting. Is that a pen? No, it's not a pen. It's something else. My heart beats faster. Thankfully, I still remember to ask important questions. So, when can I leave? Yeah. When are you going to release me? The doctor scratches his head, then counts on his fingers. Wednesday, next week. Next week? Yes. Wow. Thanks, Doctor. You're welcome. It's way earlier than I expected. I'd prepared myself for being here for a few more weeks. Thank you so much. Here. I put out my hand for him to shake. After a second, he takes it. I pull him closer and he stumbles, nearly sprawling across my bed. It's a very sloppy handshake. Sorry, Doctor. My bad. He coughs. It's fine. You've really helped me. A lot. All in a day's work. So, yes, next week. And then you've got rehab. Rehab, Doc? Oh, yes. After you leave here, it's straight to a physical rehab facility for you. We don't have an inpatient facility here, and there's a great one on the other side of town, so I'm sending you there. I'm not going home? No, of course not. You'd end up hurting yourself. Or with a limp. Is that what you want? No, that won't do. That won't do at all. He jots down some notes. Wednesday. That's in 4 days. The nurses have been exercising you, right? They what? Huh? Exercising me? They haven't? He turns to Anna. What's this about, nurse? Excuse me? You should have been giving him some mild exercise. Well? You never told us that, Doctor. Can't you tell by yourself? The doctor starts mumbling to himself while making some notes. Do I really have to do everything here? No, that's fine. Not like you're paid to do these things or anything. So how long will I stay here, Doctor? He raises his hands as if giving up on me. It's always that with you, isn't it? Look, how long you'll stay at the facility is up to people there. I can't tell you that. But don't hold your breath. I let out a laugh. Man, you're really gonna milk me dry, aren't you? I bet you've got to deal with the people over there, Doctor. Don't you know that I'm poor as heck? He makes a grave face. The thought never crossed my mind. I live only to help people like yourself, Mr. Friday, so I don't appreciate hearing such accusations. I'd like you to be more careful about what you say. Understood? Understood. Good. And he rushes off, leather shoes creaking. Well then. Anna grabs hold of my right leg, the one that isn't broken. Hey, what do you think you're doing? It's exercise. You remember what the doctor said, don't you? Ah, right. Well, I suppose that's fine. She brings my knee up to my chest. The joints in my leg pop. It's stiff. I haven't used it in a long time. How is it? Any pain? No. A little sore, but it doesn't hurt. Okay. She brings my leg back down. I'll keep going then, if you don't mind. Keep going as you please. She repeats the whole motion ever so gently. If this will help me start walking faster, I'm fine with it. Mm-hmm. Her hands are on me. When she helps me fold my leg up, her neck is so close I could... How do you feel about what the doctor said? What did he say? That I'm out of here by next week. I whisper so the other patients can't hear. How does that make you feel? Are you angry? Anna's smile doesn't break, but her fingers press against me more forcefully. I'm not angry, of course. It's nice that you're getting better. Oh yeah? And I'll still visit you in the facility. I'm sure you will. Oh, but what if they're very strict about visiting hours? That'd be a bummer, wouldn't it? For the first time in so long, I feel like I have the upper hand. It's going to my head. And who knows, maybe I'll tell them that I don't want any visitors. To focus on your recovery? Yeah, of course. That's good. I want you healing, darling. She stops exercising me mid-motion. I can't wait. How long do you think I waited before? I'm a patient girl. Her fingers find their way up my inner thigh. I can wait, no problem. Because after this is done, you'll be mine again. All mine. Forever. I grab her by the wrist, her fingernails dig into my skin. Ouch. You're hurting me. Shut up. How come? What makes you so... I'm never living with you again, you know that. Oh, sweetie. You'll do as I say. Of course. You still have Grace. Well, yes, that's one reason. But there's one much dearer to my heart. Do you know what that is? I glare back. It's that you love me. I don't. You do. You love me even if you don't know that you love me. Deep down, you love me more than anything in this world. Just like I love you. But you spent so long living these lies that you've started believing them yourself. Don't worry, though. I'll help you remember all over again. She finally lets go of me. Get plenty of rest. You have a lot ahead of you. She goes away, leaving me by myself in my broken body. That night, I dream of how I got to be like this. Oh my god. Chapter 7. Oh, okay. Well, I need to go. I've been going on for quite a bit. I really thought we were at the end of this game, but apparently we're nowhere near the end, which is big sad. So, I thank you guys so much for watching. Check out the links in the description for my entire playlist of Killer Love, as well as Dr. Frank's Build a Boyfriend, and you can also go over to my channel and check out all of the other content that I've done, non-commentary and commentary both, so pick your poison, I guess. And let me know in the comments what you think of this game. It is very creepy. I am very confused. I have no idea what's going on, but this has been episode 7. I hope to get to episode 8 very soon, and let me know if you guys like this game as much as I do. I'm really looking forward to it, and doing other visual novel type of games as well, so let me know if you have any suggestions for what ones I should do going forward. And if you did like this content, consider subscribing, leaving a like to let me know, and just overall, I just wanted to say thank you, 1 for watching, and 2 for being here and supporting me on this joyous journey. It's been an absolute pleasure meeting all of you, and I look forward to talking with you further in the future. Thank you as always, and I will see you guys very, very soon.